Hello everyone, welcome to From the Star Wars Home Video Library. I'm your host Nathan P. Butler, and this is a special intermission episode with a warning, no effects or anything here, about a new type of bootleg we are starting to see proliferate online, and ways to kind of suss out that it is indeed bullshit if you are trying to find relatively recent releases. This is something that actually got into the hands of a fellow collector. I'm not sure if he'd want me to share his name, so I'm just going to say a fellow collector in the Star Wars Home Video group, who was kind enough when he realized it was a bootleg to actually send it my way so I could show you guys what this bootleg is and how it tries to emulate an official release so that you can be wary and hopefully avoid being scammed. This is something that I'm going to show you for one particular Star Wars film, but there are versions of this proliferating now for other Star Wars films, particularly among the newer ones. So, you may recall that back in 2018, we had the home video release of Solo: A Star Wars Story. And the standard edition you could get of this, if you were wanting Blu-ray, was this one. Blu-ray, digital code, multi-screen edition, blah-bitty-blah-bitty-blah, Blu-ray film disc, Blu-ray bonus disc. Just to look here, there's your interior, essentially looks the same. We looked at this in great detail. There's your film disc and your bonus disc there, as far as what the labels look like, and of course a digital copy code. This was a so-called multi-screen edition, so it says up at the top, Blu-ray plus digital code. If you had gone through Disney Movie Club, they had their exclusive version, which is this one, also listed as a multi-screen edition, but it's Blu-ray DVD digital code. What made it exclusive to Disney Movie Club was the fact that it included DVD in the package with Blu-ray and digital code. Then you could have gone to Walmart and got their really kind of crappy exclusive, which was this one, that is just Blu-ray. No digital code at all, no digital copy included, and notice no multi-screen edition branding here. Well, why? That is because the multi-screen edition label, the moniker, for that particular product line from Walt Disney Studios Home Entertainment is specifically indicative of the digital copy code on the US market. This has no digital code. You can't watch it on multiple screens like a computer, a tablet, a phone, and so on. Therefore, no multi-screen edition. These do have digital codes, hence multi-screen edition. And of course, a lot of this stuff on the back about how to actually use the multi-screen edition through Movies Anywhere and so forth. What we're starting to see on the bootleg market out there on places like eBay is something designed to look kind of like one of these, almost as if this hybridized with this. And that is this. Boy, that looks official, doesn't it? Sure as hell does. Blu-ray multi-screen edition. It's not quite as glossy looking. It is not as heavily embossed, but it is somewhat embossed here. You kind of feel a little bit of a difference there. But if you're seeing this on a screen before you buy it, you're not going to be able to really tell much of a difference with the embossing or the shine or anything, right? I'm just seeing a picture of it. We have the cast and crew and the logo, a little embossed there as well. Essentially designed to replicate what we got here, with a back that is more indicative of what we got here on the Walmart version, right? No information at the top like these have about the digital code or anything. So it's like they kind of hybridized this with part of that Walmart back. Blu-ray multi-screen edition. Now, it becomes somewhat obvious that this is a bootleg once you open it, but again, the bootleggers are expecting you to see it, think it's cool, think it's legit, buy it, and then once you get it, they don't give a crap. If you realize at that point that it's a bootleg, they've already sold it to you, they can kind of ghost right on off. So we have a slipcover that feels a little different. Yeah. We have a case inside that seems to be carrying over the exterior case to the interior again, kind of like we see on the official ones. Again, hard to tell. When you open it, it becomes pretty obvious that this is a bootleg. This is your bonus disc. Looks similar, but kind of washed out in color on the label. Same thing with the film disc, kind of washed out in color on the label. When you take them out to play them, you will see immediately that they are Blu-ray recordable discs because of the black backs, the black bottoms. Okay, these are BDR discs, basically, the way that I tend to refer to them. I think that's how you're supposed to refer to them, BD recordable, kind of like CDRs. You'll also find, if you put them into the computer, that the film disc, because bootleggers tend to take things that are multi-layer discs and compress them to fit on single-layer discs to make it cheaper and faster to produce and increase the profit margin of bootlegs, the film disc here, whereas the real deal film disc is 41 gigabytes on a dual-layer Blu-ray, unsurprisingly, this is 22.4 gigabytes on a single-layer recordable Blu-ray. But how would you be able to tell this without getting it in your hands? Yeah, you can tell by looking at it a little bit with the cover. It's not quite as right, but it's hard to tell unless you're like actually sitting it next to the real deal. Yes, you can tell that the labels are washed out. Yes, you can tell that the discs are burners because you can see them on the bottom. But how would you know this by looking at it if you see it on eBay, if you see one for this, or Last Jedi, or Rise of Skywalker, or any of these other films that are starting to see this version of bootlegs show up on eBay? The lack of logic to the labeling. Blu-ray multi-screen edition does not exist. No such thing. Multi-screen edition is specifically because it has a digital copy code. If there's no digital copy, it's not a multi-screen edition. It has to look like this without the branding. Similar gray at the top, but as soon as that multi-screen edition is on anything that does not have a digital copy code included, you know that is a bootleg. That is someone trying to basically play off the familiarity of things like this with a version that looks very much like this, which thankfully we didn't see a ton of at the time. But yeah, Walmart sometimes got some of these stupid little exclusives that are no digital copy. Congratulations, you have a subpar exclusive version compared to everywhere else. Good job, Walmart. But yes, that is their way of entrapping that audience to get you to buy this. So keep an eye out. If you see something like this on a place like eBay and think that you're trying to buy a legitimate copy of Solo, or like this friend of mine, getting excited that, hey, this may be a different version of Solo that we haven't seen before because it doesn't say digital code, but it has multi-screen edition. Wow, it's different and unique and maybe rare. Stop, take a moment, think about the logic. Can't be multi-screen edition without a digital copy code. Pretty much guaranteed to be a bootleg, and when you open it, you will find that it is. So be wary. Blu-ray with multi-screen edition, no digital copy code, not legit. Avoid them. You're going to be buying a bootleg. This has been a public service announcement from the Star Wars Home Video Library. You're welcome. With that, we'll wrap up this episode. Thank you for watching, and may the Force be with the home video viewers who buy legitimate stuff. And screw the bootleggers. May you rot.